audience, our today's guest is founder of Thompson School and successful businessman Shahzod Bahodirov. You can call him as Harry Thompson as well. Assalamu alaikum. We welcome you here in our studio and we're really pleased to see you here.
Alright, the same.
So let's talk about your journey in English. So when did you start learning English and how did it happen, and for like how many years have you been learning English?
Well, I think that started when I was in my 8th grade. Till that time, I didn't know anything in English. So it's my mother who inspired me to learn English, and she took me to a tutor so that I said I can start learning English. So since that time, so I've been learning, teaching, and using English in my daily life.
Okay, so it like how many years has passed? Like,
well,
if
we can say for around 8-9 years. Yeah.
So like you've been in English for like 9 years.
Yes, yeah.
That's super cool. So here, like most of our audience is learners. I mean English learners, and they want to know how to learn English in a better way. So what would you suggest to those who are learning English? I mean, what would be your best advice for them?
So the first thing is they have to have reasons to learn English. It's like most people today learn English because their parents force them, or they have to learn English to get good grades at school. So it should not be a reason. So to learn anything, so also English, you have to have reasons. Those reasons can motivate you when you are down, or when you feel that you can't keep on. Because in the process of learning English, you will come to a time that you question yourself whether you need it or not, right? Because it gets tough level by level. So that it's very important that you have reasons. It's like reasons should be long term, not short term. So most people say, I need to learn English to get into university, but life does not end with the university entrance, right? Because the real life starts when you graduate the university. So it's very important that you or everybody understands you need a language for a long term, for a lifelong process, I can say. You can use it in your job, you can use it in your life, you can use it when you travel, or you can use it to make new friends, or you can learn and use a language when you research and something. So in one word, I can say, imagine two guys, let's say two people with the same skills, but let's say doctors, right? Or let's say engineers. One knows language, the other does not. So I always give that example. So which one earns most, right? So who earns most?
The one who knows English.
Exactly. Not only English, but any language. So knowing a language means knowing a culture. So knowing one language means you have one more key to open a door that does not, the others does not have. So in that case, I can say, so it's very important.
So I know that a lot of people have their quotes, let's say, whenever like they feel in the dumps, or whenever they are upset. So is there a motto or something that inspires you?
The motto, I don't know. I mean, when I feel down, when I feel that it's difficult, I say nothing is impossible. So it can be difficult, but it's not impossible. It's like I look back and sometimes think like, if I thought about the difficulties that I come across in this 5 years of my time in business, right? Probably I would not be an entrepreneur. So in your life, you come across with barriers, difficulties, or tests that checks your level of resistance. So I always say like nothing is impossible. So
So nothing is impossible. If you have the burning desire and you have persistency, you can like conquer all the difficulties in your life. right now you have 5 branches of Thompson School, right? Let's talk about Thompson School a little bit. So like it's a language learning center that is dedicated to preparing students for learning English and preparing for the IELTS exam, right?
Yeah.
Can we talk a little bit about it, please?
Yeah, I founded the school like 3.5 years ago. So since that time, we've taught more than 4,000 students. So we basically teach and help students with learning English. And we also teach math, and we prepare them for international exams like IELTS, SAT. And now we are also opening a private school here in Navoitu, and opening one more kindergarten in Tashkent, and one more branch in Tashkent. So overall in March, I hope that we would have 8 branches overall.
8 branches of Thompson School. That's cool. So I know, like, to be honest, I follow you on Instagram, and like I just see every single post that you share. So like most of your audience is learning English then, and I have to admit that they have a passion for reading books as well. Because like I just see you like walking in Dubai and showing the most like coolest books in the world. So what would be the best 3 must-read books?
Well, I would suggest that first of all, if you want to be an entrepreneur, it's very important that you read the book Rework. That's important because that book teaches you what not to do and what to do. So that's a very small book, but very useful. And the second book I would recommend, that's The Atomic Habits. I think that is recently translated into Uzbek too. So I've read that book more than 3 to 4 times. So it's very important that you develop and have small habits, small good habits that can adapt to big results in the long term, and get rid of small bad habits too, because whether it's good or bad, that adds up, and in years, so that can give you a positive effect or negative. So that's very important that you control your habits. So because of that, the name of the book is also Atomic Habits. And the other book I can recommend is probably that's the book of Carnegie. That's How to Find Friends and Influence People. That's the book that I read probably 10 years ago. I read that in Uzbek, but I can say after reading that book, it changed my life. It changed my way of communicating with people. And that book, let's say, was a kind of a turning point in some level in my life.
Okay, let's talk about, again, your life as well. So you said that you've been learning English, like you've been in English sphere for almost 9 years. And can you talk about its importance? Like, let's just imagine that you didn't know English and how your life would be. Or like, let's just compare your lives where you knew English and where you didn't know English.
Well, now I can't imagine a life without English, because it's like now English is everywhere. It's like whether you want to read the news or whether you want to travel, as I told you, or you want to learn something on YouTube or any other platform. So it's like let's say most percent of the information is in English today. So not knowing a language would be having not access to information. So I can't say if I didn't know English, I wouldn't have founded my school. So, and I couldn't have taught 4,000 students so far. And so most people say I am an influencer today. So that I influence many youth to learn English or to get education, right? Without English, probably I couldn't have done it. And I've got plans ahead. So it's like 5 years plan, 10 years plan. And without English, I think I cannot reach them. So as I told you, English is everything. So language, that's the key to information. And so far I traveled to many countries and I did many good deeds. So today I have friends. So if I didn't know English, I wouldn't have the people around me today. So So it's like that's a kind of a mix. It's like it's already in my life. So I can say if they were not English, so if I didn't learn English, to some extent I couldn't have achieved the things that I achieved today.
Okay, so English brought you friends, occupation, like a good family, good like community, right?
Yeah, but you know what? There are a lot of people today know English. All right, so some people now watch this and say, I know English too, but I don't have these things, or I haven't achieved these things he achieved, right? So today thousands of people know English and learning English, but you know, the success is not the result of one thing. So success is the mix or the cross line of many factors. So to achieve success, you need to have English as one factor, but there has to be some other things too. It's like persistence, management skills, like leadership skills, team management, problem solving skills, like networking, you know, working hard. So there are a lot of factors that are the result of a success, but knowing English is just one factor.
So, Shahzod, what do you think about our national clothes in our doppas, maybe chopons? What do you think about them? Like, do you usually wear them on a daily basis?
Like, when it comes to wearing, no. I can't say that I wear, because I usually wear business casual clothes, but I think it's very important that we keep traditional clothes and promote it. And I think in recent years, the awareness of those traditional clothes, I think enough raised. So, yeah.
Okay, we have a tradition here in My Doppa, as our project is called My Doppa. We have a lot of doppas in our collection, so we give a doppa of ours to our every guest. So this one is for you. It would be better if you just wear it right now. Let's see how Harry Potter, our Uzbek Harry Potter will look like.
Yeah, how does it look?
It looks well. Yeah. So as you can see, our conversation ends here, and thank you so much for watching, and thank you, Shahzod, for allotting your precious time to our studio.
Yeah, thank you for inviting, and thank you for the gift.